Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. Today we had the last of the orange flavored cask.
Sure. It was very good. My favorite, I believe.
That is your favorite. But big news on the alcohol side of things.
Oh, that's... You can't go wrong with that news.
There is a local festival this coming weekend, 4th of July. And a local distiller sets up at it. So I will be going to the local distiller's table and sampling multiple times to see what I really like. And I will be bringing new stuff home for us.
Restock the inventory.
Just
like with eBay and Amazon.
Exactly. There we go. And I want to give a shout out to good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter, with his live show after ours. Check him out. Today he's got, I can't read my writing, Tim from Over the Years. We're going to be talking about glass, trading cards.
When you paused after Tim, I thought you were going to say the two-man Taylor. That would have been really cool.
I
can see that happening.
And your favorite, Whatnot.
Huh?
Exactly. You've never heard of it. It's a new site.
I forgot about Whatnot, like Forgot Not.
And we got a few people in the house.
Well, the amazing Amazon seller 99's in the house. What's going on? Amazing Michael and the amazing Lori as well.
Alrighty. So we got a big weekend coming up, 4th of July. Before we get in, we'll let a couple more people come on in. What any big plans for anybody out there? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
We do have a tradition. My younger son, Logan, he loves fireworks. So we work a deal out with this big company in Pennsylvania. We get like a couple $1,000s worth of fireworks. And my brother-in-law, they blow them off. It takes like an hour. It's like the longest fireworks presentation we've seen, but they love it. It's fun. We have a few friends over, have some laughs. You know, you're not invited, obviously.
No, obviously not. I'm busy that day.
It's after 8 o'clock at night, so.
Yeah, I'll be fast.
It's when it's dark, yeah.
I would be sleeping, except for all these idiots running fireworks.
Exactly. True. Amazing Daniel's also in the house. How's it going?
Yeah, and then got a Turkish festival this weekend I'm going to be going to.
Oh, you're busy.
I'm going to be going to the local festival to pick up the alcohol.
Exactly.
And we got a couple different flea markets, so I got to figure out, depending upon the weather, where I want to go. So that's my exciting weekend. How about anybody else out there? Any exciting weekend plans?
How about amazing Linda? She's in the house. Anything going on?
There you go. And why don't we head on into starting to show off like we usually do? How are sales? And I know we got a small crowd right now, but everybody's kind of busy this time of year anyway.
So I went away last weekend, my kids' tournament, and came home Sunday. No, I'm sorry, I came home Saturday.
Oh, hold on. Look at this. Breaking news. We did get these, and you got a different one over there for 4th of July. So.
Yeah, glory. Yeah, freedom.
Freedom. There we go.
But and we came home Saturday. They did not go to the finals and make the playoffs on Sunday. But I think whatever the Sunday was, that was the day that my sales on eBay ended. I have them on for 45 days.
Oh, by ended, you mean the scheduled sales.
Yeah, scheduled sales. Yep. So I'm looking, and as Amazing Jim saying, putrid. These were my most putrid eBay day, I don't know, in years. I can't remember how putrid it was. Just nobody was buying anything. And then it occurred to me that, it's normally putrid, but now it's putrid cubed. So how can I change that? So first thing Monday morning, I put the sales back into effect, and I'm back to putrid. So
it's not
bad. Yeah, it's steadily putrid. I don't like it, but it's better than putrid cubed.
That would be better. That would definitely be better on that. Cannot argue with that.
Yep. Amazon seller hour sales. Yep. Amazon steady Freddy for me. I don't know about you, Amazon seller, but they could be better. But again, at the end of the day, I'm doing 100 orders on Amazon. They could be $5 to $50 or more. So I really can't complain there. They're steady Freddy. eBay's the one that's very inconsistent right now.
Amazon, surprisingly for me, and it's funny when we first started doing the live show, Mr. Magazine and I would take you behind the curtain here for a moment. We would set up, and it would be about 10 minutes left, and we'd be sitting here going, we got 9 minutes and 15 seconds till we go on. Okay, what are we talking? What this, that? Now, you can ask Mr. Magazine. I was running around till there were like 15 seconds left and suddenly realized I didn't have the screen up because Amazon, 3 people bought things all within the last like 5 minutes, which is just amazing. That obviously everybody's waiting right before the show and wants to watch me run around and chicken with my head cut off. Yeah. But I got them all packed up and all set to go out with Mr. Magazine.
You were like the Energizer Bunny without the bass drum.
That is true. Not a lot of room in the house for the bass drum, but so Amazon surprisingly, I'm selling stuff off of there, but I've listed so few items on there this year. I just never get around to listing on there. Don't know why. I think I've listed maybe 3 items this month on Amazon.
Wow.
But the sales are staying up there, reasonable on there. eBay is definitely a roller coaster. Today was a good day. Yesterday was putridish. And Sunday was definitely putrid, no doubt at all about that. So there's no rhyme or reason whatsoever to eBay. Some days, it's been that way for a long time. Some days it's really good, some days it's not. And you never know waking up in the morning what kind of day it's going to be, whether it's going to be good or not good.
Sadly, there's no day where eBay and Amazon are both great.
Well, but the other thing too is, and I'm trying to ascertain a pattern for eBay, and I'm not finding it. I'm listing a lot of stuff, and my sales don't really pick up.
Right.
And then just one random day when I list 12 items or 8 items, I mean, today I listed 2 items, and it was a good day. So I have no explanation whatsoever on that over there.
Yeah.
No explanation.
Amazon seller?
Amazon was really bad last week, a little better this week. Okay. Yeah. Well, to take a look at the larger picture, so this was my worst June since 2017, the month of June. I ran the numbers, so it's always slow around this time of year. It just is. It just, 4th of July, a lot of people getting into doing summer things, et cetera, et cetera. However, I've kept records since 2003.
Right.
So I've got, don't be peeking.
Oh, sorry. Like I could read that.
This isn't high school geometry test. Don't be peeking. So I've got 20 years worth of records.
So do I, but they're selling slowly.
Nice. This was my 5th worst June ever.
Wow.
5th worst, and I've got almost 20,000 items up. And some of those other years, I had 1,000 items, 2,000 items up. So this is my 5th worst June ever this year.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit of everything. I mean, I think some people are swaying towards other platforms and whatnot, and other places like that, and they may take a little piece out of eBay, a little bite here and there.
Well, but if you've got 8 to 10 different things taking 2 to 3% of your sales away.
True, yeah.
You start looking at the, you're like, oh, well, that can't account for very much of it. That can just account for a small piece. But if you've got 10 things, each of which are taking a small bite, your sales are down 25, 30, 40% just off of each of these little tiny things. It's just when they accumulate.
Yeah.
It's like I always laugh about in my day job, where the bosses will give you something new to do, and they'll say, well, it's only going to take 5 minutes. And they're absolutely right. It is only going to take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
However, that's on top of the other 8 things that are only going to take 5 minutes. And at some time, those 5 minute by 5 minute by 5 minutes add up to real time.
Yeah.
Same thing with taxes. Somebody wants to do again, we're not a political show, but it's true. They want their pet program, and they say, well, this is only 17 cents a day. Yeah, but that's 17 cents a day on top of 23 cents a day, on top of 42 cents. And before you know it, we're paying $12 a day for all these only 17 cents. Right. Well, it's kind of the opposite of that with the eBay. Gas prices, that lowered sales a little bit. Time of the year, that lowers sales a little bit. Graduations, that lowers sales a little bit. This lowers sales. And next thing you know, whatnot lowers sales. Yeah. Next thing you know, your sales are down low.
Yeah,
to the 5th worst in 20 years.
Well, and tell them when you were looking at my numbers on the supplies purchases.
Oh yeah, you're down $6,000 or something like that.
Yeah, some crazy.
You're down like 25% on supply purchases year on year, which obviously you're purchasing the supplies not to store and have people look at them and go, wow, look at all the supplies. You're buying them to use.
Yeah, right.
And if you're down 20-some%, 25% on those, that just tells you how the sales are this year.
Hold on, Amazing Ron is in the house. How's it going, Amazing Ron? Amazing Lewis as well, and Amazing Loy's up.
It's nothing in particular, just 2022. Yeah, unfortunately, you might be right on that. Again, it's.
We may want to sell like it's 1999.
That would be, yeah. I actually wish I would. You wouldn't have to put pictures up on eBay. You do lots of stuff. And as to other sites, I sold 1 item on Etsy, and 1 item this morning on Biblio.
Wow.
So that's 2 items total that I ended up selling on other sites. Just checked down 38.9% the final. Ooh, but the dollar-wise is a little misleading. Most items I have are bread and butter, low dollar, with a few higher-priced items. I've been selling lower value. Yeah, and I think that's what. I think that could be part of what hurt me short term is I've chronicled on the show, and you've done the same thing, where we're both trying to move up our average ticket price.
Yes.
Because, as a good friend of the show mentioned years ago, you take as much time listing and packing a $1,000 item as you do a $10 item. Why not do a $1,000 item?
Sure.
It works out better. Now, granted, I'm not up at that level, but still, I'd rather sell a $40 or $50 item than one $50 item than 10 $5 items.
Sure.
And it just works out a lot easier that way, a lot less work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the $5 items are the ones that are selling right now.
Yeah, and actually, that's one thing I wanted to start doing with eBay is sell more specialty items, not common magazines, not common records. Go for, we have scrapbooks, we have the new old stock phones, autograph sports, things that they're not going to have 20 of each on eBay, less competition. So I want to go that route, see how it goes.
Well, an Amazon seller says restaurants are 25% or more than last year. Yeah, and it's kind of funny where you sit there and you see they're doing one of two things in restaurants I've seen recently. They're either putting the price on it, like a little piece of paper over the old prices with the new prices on it, or they're actually just printing paper menus. That way they can change it on their computer and pass it on out.
As Chicago once said, here I am.
There you go. Aren't you going to sing it, or are you afraid we're going to get kicked off?
I'm not going to sing it. You can sing it, but I'm just going to sing The Amazing Don is in the house and The Amazing Catherine as well.
Another thing, and we're talking about restaurants, we're going to deviate just a touch and get back to our regularly scheduled program, currently in progress. Do you notice that when we were growing up, what was the proper amount to tip at a restaurant?
I think 8 to 10%.
All right, well, 10? I remember always 15. I always remember 15%.
Well, I mean, you said when I was growing up, like 8 years old.
Oh, all right.
But since I've been like married and in my 20s, 15%.
15.
Yeah.
Now, when they sit there and they hand you the receipt, have you noticed they're 18, 20, and 23%?
Yeah.
It's like nobody even offers you the 15% quick math anymore. Like if you tip 15%, you're insulting according to the receipt.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, they give you options too.
Hey, thank you, Joe.
Local Joe, amazing local Joe's in the house. Another classic.
How about any buys? Anybody out there buying? I mean, if you're not selling anything, are you buying anything? Why don't you start first, Mr. Magazine?
Well, I'm going to tell you my one buy.
Okay.
And
buy.
Little story behind it real quickly. Anyways,
it's half your show.
All right, thank you. We got that deal from Connecticut. I was trying to kill two birds with one stone. I have a life-size R2-D2. I sold on eBay. The guy was in Connecticut, and this other deal was in Connecticut near him. And I was going to try and save some money with the truck. It didn't work out because the R2-D2 guy's father passed away, so he canceled out on that. But anyways, I had Gil drive to Connecticut. It was supposed to be about 115, 120 boxes of New York newspapers, magazines, books, and so forth. And so I think 10 or 15%, I think I told you today, were damaged and moldy and mildew. So we got about 100, 110 boxes after that. But I did make room in the pod. I didn't tell you this. Moving stuff around in the pod, making room. There was a cluster of ants eating away at a box.
Oh.
And it was kind of really nasty to look at. There was eggs, and it was a whole kit and caboodle. So I had to get raid and spray and clear out a little area of the pod in the corner. There was some magazines that got damaged. We threw them out. But at least we made a lot of room. 90% of those magazines boxes got put into the pod, which means I didn't have to use warehouse area space for the most part. So I was very happy about that. And that's about it.
Wow.
Yep.
See if anybody else buys and sells, and I'll get it.
Amazing Travis is in the house.
Hey, Travis.
Amazing John Doe.
Buying from me are international. Sold to Saudi Arabia.
Nice.
I've not sold anything to Saudi Arabia in years.
Wow.
Occasionally you do, but not often. Oh.
Holy cow.
Oh.
Jeez.
$790.
That's brutal.
Ouch.
Well, even the 160 a week, you're talking $600-700 a month. That's
when
crazy,
before it was probably half that, which means that's money you're not spending on eBay.
Well, less than half. Even $4. It was $2-3. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. I'm noticing all my shipping supplies are up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's expected for sure.
I think the only advantage this year over last year, or certainly over a year and a half ago, is they're actually in stock, because a couple of years ago when you were trying to order the stuff, you could order it, and then all of a sudden the thing would get canceled like a week and a half later, and you're like, well, that doesn't do me any good because I ordered them to come on in, and they're No, I don't have any shipping supplies.
Speaking of supplies, the magazine pads, we only got one case. It says 1 of 1.
Nice.
We need more.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I know I ordered 3, so I guess
Okay.
we got emailed to people.
I'll look into that. Yeah.
Yep. Wow. So, guess what I actually went to this year for the second time?
eBay Open.
Yes, it's like a golf tournament. They have it all the time.
It would be the second time.
Second time this year.
Oh, sorry.
I went to a garage sale. The first garage sale I went to because it was literally across the street, one house down. This garage sale I went to, so I was looking on, use your coupon by tomorrow. Oh, good call, Don. So I was looking online and I saw a decent estate sale.
Okay.
So I said, I'm going to go up to it. It was up in Irondequoit. So I started driving over there. West Irondequoit High School was holding its graduation Saturday morning. And they had roads closed off all over the place.
God.
So I'm trying to find my back way up, but they've got every road that I know to get up there. So I wound up lost in some back roads and saw a garage sale. And I said, yeah, I wanted to do this. So I went in there and I bought a magazine for $1. So there's my big successful garage sale purchase. And exactly, the furry convention, exactly. I've gone to far more than 2 of those. Oops, did I say that out loud? So then I found my way up to the estate sale, and it was one of those estate sales that in 6 months, well, it would be winter, so I wouldn't do this. A year from now, I probably would have bought a fair amount of stuff. It was on the cusp of being good. And it was a second day of the sale, and the guy holding the sale is somebody that you can deal with. He'll work with you.
Yeah.
And do you remember the paperback books from the 1970s and 80s that they put out every year for Major League Baseball? And, they would be like preview the upcoming season.
Yeah, sure.
Guy had a whole bunch of those from the 70s, 80s, into the early 90s.
Okay.
They're one of those things that I know that I could sell on the Facebook auction. I know that they would sell, and the price was $1 a piece, and he had a bunch of them, and I'm sure that if I talked to him, I probably could have bought all of them for like $10.
Yeah.
But I'm like going, I don't really want to carry this. I don't want to carry this all down to the car. I don't really want to because it's not big money maker. And, you're going to put the money in, and if no baseball people come to the Facebook auction, then I'm stuck with them. And, those sell on Amazon for $4 a piece, really long tail.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, it's not worth me doing it right now, but when things are humming along. So I see what I need to do eventually.
Yeah.
I just am not there to do it yet. Baseball Almanac, I can't think of the name of it, but I can picture a whole bunch of the covers.
The Register?
No, they're actual mass market paper book size, but like that thick. And again, they would previews of every team and talk about some of the stars and all that stuff in there. They will sell, but thanks for everybody who liked the photo of Random Neighborhood Kid. He has graduated. He starts his real life Tuesday.
Wow, nice.
7 o'clock in the morning, and he's going to be working for the next 50 years. Lucky boy.
Good for him.
Exactly. But thank you for everybody for the likes and the kind words on that one over there. A couple of other things. Then to go to the flea market, bought some good stuff for the Facebook auction and the whatnot auction. Bought a bunch of comic books, and then bought a bunch of rock and roll books and Marilyn Monroe books.
You must be out of comic books to buy more. Good for you.
All right. Have you priced supplies on comics?
No, because I don't pay for them. You do. I mean, I pay for them, but you order them.
Bags and boards are basically. I ended up buying 2/3 of a long box of comics for $20.
Oh, nice.
All bag boarded in the. It's basically the bags, the boards, and the box itself are worth more than what I paid for the whole box.
Absolutely, yeah. You can buy them just for that and throw the
I
comics
can throw all
out.
the comics out and be ahead of the game.
Wow. Nice.
I started looking through the box. I go, how much are the comics? He goes, $1/4 a piece or $20 for the box. I go, I'll take the whole box. I'm like, no doubt at all about that one.
Yeah.
So,
it doesn't really even matter what's in there.
No, it really didn't. Not at that price.
And you got the box too.
Yeah.
That's
$10. $10,
Oh,
whatever it is, yeah.
$5, you're funny. It's $10.
It used to be $5. It used to be $3 back in the
And
day.
gas was $1.50.
I bought 5 video game consoles. Oh, Plan on buying another one tomorrow.
Nice.
Wow. Wow. Random neighborhood kid's jealous.
Yeah.
He's not going to have much time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, flip those bags and boards. Exactly. Exactly. That's where the money's at. So how, and then another thing, when I was at the estate sale, this is kind of funny. There's a guy, I've seen him around, and he was over at the estate sale, and I heard him talking to one of the guys working at the estate sale about, I got to stop buying, I got too much stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all the stuff. I don't sell my stuff. I got too much. I got to start selling it. And then I saw him outside talking to somebody else, talking the same exact thing. So I don't know the guy from Adam. I walked up to him, I handed him my business card, and I go, when you're looking to sell, you just give me a call. And it took him back because it's like, here I am listening in on him.
Yeah.
But I mean, you give me a call. And it's so funny. I'm standing in the driveway with this handful of stuff that I bought. And he goes, what do you buy? I'm like, trying to like gesture down, like, all the stuff in my hand. This is what I buy.
Was there a
paper
dumpster
stuff.
nearby? Maybe you thought you were going to.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was float all the way, yeah. So luckily the estate sale guy was here, and he goes, he buys ephemera, he buys a lot of ephemera, good guy, good customer. So I'm like, oh, cool, cool.
Nice.
So I saw the guy the next day at the flea market. I said, you are everywhere. I said, you gotta sell me some stuff. So, but that's what you got to do, is you got to pass your business card out there, because of course I need to buy more stuff, like I need another hole in my
Yeah,
head.
exactly. No, that feeling. It's a sickness.
It really is. But again, who knows what this guy's got? If he's been going, because he said he goes to all the sales, and given that I see him at sales back-to-back days, he is out there hustling. And if he's never sold anything before, who knows? He goes, I really don't do a lot with paper. I go, but you have some.
Right.
I said, I know you got some. You picked it up in lots throughout the years. Yeah. That's what you flipped to me. Couple of other things. Did you have a problem with Cellbrite?
We did.
What was the problem?
We couldn't push over items. It kept timing out.
Okay, for which site?
For eBay or Amazon.
Okay.
In general, there was a lot of timeouts. If we wanted to import, if we wanted to reload the pages, we would update them and all that. We had trouble for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks at least. I mean,
Oh, wow.
It's been like that on and off for longer than that, but it's been really bad lately. And I told you what my employee did.
No.
He complained and got me a free month Cellbrite, $500 refund.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm getting pizza and wings for my employees at the warehouse for Friday.
$500 worth?
$70 worth probably.
Nice. Nice. Well, because that's one of the glitches of the week.
It's more like glitch of the year for me with them.
Paper is the best. Oh, yeah. Hey, Nicholas. Welcome. So I got an email that said Cellbrite is not connected to Amazon.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did get that too. But then it fixed itself.
Oh, see, and mine didn't fix itself. It said, here's what you need to do. You need to do this, that. So I went into Amazon. I reconnected. It wouldn't go. Fine. So I contacted help at Cellbrite, and they said, and this is great, they said, what you need to do if this doesn't work is you need to reconnect as though you're a new store. And I'm like,
oh, that's scary.
that doesn't help me
No, that
because I don't know how to reconnect as a new store.
Yeah.
So what I figured out, what I ended up
It was
doing.
just over the weekend, because I think it happened over the weekend when my computer guy wasn't working. And then I got an email saying the import's complete. So I'm assuming it fixed itself. And then when he came in, he clarified it did.
What I ended up doing was, hit the like button, peeps. There you go. What I ended up doing was I had to delete the app and then reinstall the app on Cellbrite, and it seems to be working, and it seems to be okay now. So, but yeah, it was a known problem and known glitch for Cellbrite. So if you're having problems and you're using Cellbrite, just uninstall and reinstall the app. Instagram was down today. I couldn't post a reel. I was finally able to post something at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, but I wasn't able to post anything all day long. That was down for most of the day.
Yeah.
Yahoo was down yesterday or the day before, where they're updating their systems, trying to get me to pay for Yahoo Plus. And so then it kept telling me, this is funny. So I'm on my computer, and I listen to SiriusXM. I'm listening to SiriusXM, no problems, loading stuff on eBay, loading stuff on Amazon. When I went over to Yahoo, it kept telling me no internet connection. I'm like, given that the music hasn't stopped, I'm thinking I do have internet connection.
Yeah.
And then what would happen is I restarted the phone, and it started loading onto the phone, but it wouldn't load on the computer. But then some messages were coming on the computer, were not coming on the phone. I'm going, what a complete mess. So that's another glitch of the week. It's just a super glitchy week.
It's great.
And then did you notice on eBay, and I don't know if anybody else notices, because this will be a future glitch of the week, when you log in, they've changed the way that looks.
No, I don't believe so.
When I logged in today, it had a little, it was so funny. You log in, the first page you come to, it said at the top of it something or other like, it said something along the lines of, we are showing you promotions and items that you may be interested in. If you want to opt out and don't want to see items like this, click here. And the entire page at top was blank except the click here and that little verbiage. So it's like, if you don't want to see things like this, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't see anything. And there were a couple of other little things when I first logged in, and I said, oh boy, they're changing their coding. That's never a good thing.
Wow.
Never a good thing whatsoever when eBay changes coding. So that'll be a problem in the future. And then, do you want to hear the bonus rambling story of the week, the biggest glitch of the week of all?
I'm going to have one tonight.
All right, well, can I...
Yeah, go for it.
The biggest glitch of the week. What is today's date?
The 29th?
Of June, right?
Yes.
Is today July 1st?
No.
Are July 1st and June 29th the same or different?
They should be different.
I would think so, too.
Yeah.
Some idiot on his work computer has been getting emails for the last 2 weeks telling him it's time to change your password. Well, this idiot, for some reason, thought that the date was July 1st. So he's like, yeah, I'll get it changed.
Is this idiot you?
This idiot goes to log on today and can't log on. So he's thinking it's a system problem. He goes, I can't get on. He can't get on.
Yeah.
He finally went over to another app for logging into work, and it said, we cannot log you on as your password is expired. So he had to go and call his boss, who then had to put in a ticket, who then had to have IT contact this idiot and get it all changed. Finally got logged in, and they said, make sure you change your password. I went to change my password. This idiot went to change his password. Wasn't able to do it because you're only allowed to change your password once a day, and the fact that they went and they had done that, meant he couldn't change his password today. So he's hoping that tomorrow he's able to log in. So I am the glitch of the week this week. Did you guys put video on your storefront yet? Allegedly eBay Supermath, and wow, it's supposed to raise your CTR up to 33%. No,
Is that
Supermath.
something we should do Monday?
I have not done anything at all like that. I will definitely look into that.
No.
Wow.
And happy birthday to Amazing John Doe.
I will never forget June 29th again. And by the way, it is not July 1st. They are two different dates. Some idiot thought that it was July 4th last night and set off fireworks in our city.
Oh, sorry, it's my son. Yeah.
Oh, wow. There are a lot of idiots out there. A lot of idiots out there.
That's great.
Oh, so we had a insulting offer of the week. You win. I came in second this week. I had somebody offer me $2 on something, which doesn't even pay for the shipping. So that's not so good. But the if I find it in my pages over here.
I was trying to find one too. I deleted it and I thought
Oh,
of
you
it after
sent
the
it to me,
fact.
yeah,
Well,
you
which
sent
one
it.
was that? Was that the free shipping one?
No, you.
There was one I deleted. It had free shipping for $1.
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot. I couldn't. I tried searching on it. I couldn't get it back up. I don't know what happened.
well, the one you sent me is Globe Magazine, April 10th, 1984. Oh, with Michael Jackson, who's very, very rare. Linda Evans, Michael Jackson.
Oh my!
Michael Jackson,
No
Linda
wonder.
Evans, and Brooke Shields. So it's one of the tabloid supermarket ones. You're
Yeah.
asking $26. They offered $1.13 on it.
What's up with the 13 though? It's kind of weird. Like they think like $1's insulting, but that 13 cents is gonna put it over the edge.
Well, maybe
Or is that
because you're
even
paying,
with the tax and the shipping and all
probably
that?
that, or they figure you're paying 13% fees, so you're actually getting 99 cents out of it.
Ooh, good for me.
So they're saying, yeah, he's going to jump all over that free
Man,
99
how many
cents.
people? If he threw that offer out to 100 people, how many are accepting that?
It takes one. It takes one, really. But then again, how many people have that exact magazine up as well?
Yeah,
That's
true.
what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Customer issues. Oh, you got a return of graded magazines.
I did, and I got them back. Were they from out of the country?
I don't think so.
Those,
Were they?
those two? I said ban them.
Yeah, were they?
I thought they were, but anyways, they came back and they were not damaged. That's my biggest fear. They come back damaged, and then what? If the person sends them, doesn't insure them.
I think you can give them a half refund half price, but that doesn't make up for the damage.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I did get them back. It was 2 graded magazines, and he didn't. What did he say? He didn't like them, or
Hey, I don't even see a reason. He just let it return.
You know, I mean, you know what you're getting. You know what the grade is. You know who's on the cover, the title, and so forth. I don't understand it.
Wow, kind of crazy over there. So I got a return today. Well, person put in for return 2 live crew comics.
Ooh.
Number 1,
Mm-hmm.
return reason, inaccurate website description.
Okay. Amazon, right?
Yeah. This item is not in good condition as advertised or pictured. Well, it's a stock photo.
Mm-hmm.
It's in poor shape based on industry qualities ratings. None of the damage was caused in shipping. It's clear the description was inaccurate. It was VG. And VG can have a host of issues. And the hardest thing for me in somebody like this is, I mean, obviously I accept the return.
Nobody reads that line, though. The comments line, condition line, whatever. No one reads that.
Right, but even the drop down, I had it listed as good.
Yeah, right.
Which is a VG comic book.
Yeah.
Is good on the drop down.
Yeah.
There is no doubt at all it's VG. And this is a gentleman who's going to have all sorts of problems all over the place on Amazon.
Sure.
Because A, he doesn't understand that it's a stock photo, but B, it was not in it was in VG condition.
Here's the scary part, and this happened to me, and I don't think it's happened to you yet, but he goes to Amazon and complains that you're misrepresenting something in his opinion, and they're going to believe him. And good luck proving otherwise.
Right, and it was VG. I mean, there was no doubt at all. I mean, and I specifically, because I looked at the comic as I was shipping it out, and I said, "Oh, pretty cool, 2 live crew," and yeah, it had some more up the spine, but it was VG all day long.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy on that over there, but well, what are you gonna do? A couple of other things over here. We are not one of the brag channels.
Nope.
But I can't help but brag once in a while. I want you, Mr. Magazine, to read these 2 emails, just this part right over here on both of them. In fact, let me circle it just to make it easy. I need you to read this part of these 2 emails as I sit back and bask in the accolades.
Well, they both say congratulations, Paperboy. As a result of your contribution to the community, you've earned a new rank. Your new rank is Etsy seller.
Yep. And?
As a result of your contribution to the community, you've earned a new rank. Your new rank is registered buyer.
Yep. That's right. On Etsy, I'm an Etsy seller and a registered buyer.
Is this a big deal? Apparently.
They said congratulations.
Yeah,
is it a big deal?
Jeez,
Is it a big deal?
right.
They said congratulations.
All right.
They took the time to handcraft an email to me to tell me I'm a registered buyer, and you're asking if it's a big deal?
Yeah, I am.
Wow. I have never been so offended
Well,
before
good for
in my
you.
life.
Cheers.
So, yep, don't like to brag, but...
I'll have my son blow off some fireworks for you tonight, in your honor.
And just yell to the registered buyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to show that one off. Do you remember the problem that I had a month and a half ago? Yeah, kind of a big deal. Yeah, I mean, come on, really. I mean, registered?
A big deal. I had a subscriber come into my store this week.
Whoa.
Give me a business card, got you one. You were too busy for him. I was not. I was there at my store.
You were. You
Yep.
were.
See the lights?
Yep. Give a shout out. Yep. Yeah. He reached out. Reached out to me, and unfortunately, I had the day job going. But I know he spent some time talking to you, so thank you very much.
Very cool. And now my employees know that I'm a big deal because I told him, hey, he came in from North Carolina just to speak with me for 5-10 minutes.
Nice. Do you remember when I messed up the comics and I sent the comic to the wrong person about a month ago?
Yeah.
And then the one person sent it back, but then I couldn't refund them, so I sent a check out to her.
Yeah.
Check came back, no such address. When I shipped it to the, when I sent the check off, but I sent the check to the exact address that I sent the package to. How did the package get to her? But there's no such address for the check. I go buy my stuff. Well, I think you have to be a super registered buyer to do that. Oh, nice.
Jeez.
Nice. Well, maybe it's because you're not registered. Just drop my name a couple of times, and it'll take care of it all, clear it all up. I am, after all, registered.
Yeah. Offender.
Hey now. How is your whatnot going? Are you doing one tomorrow?
What? What? Not. What? No. I'm gonna call it what? No. Listen, I'm gonna throw every excuse I can at you, but I did get back from the trip. I finally got my manager coming back. It's a lot of work going on. Very busy. Why don't you just take the comic box? We'll split it. I don't even care. You're probably gonna get more in that one box than you had for the last month.
Wow! How do I get shots across my box?
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm registered on that.
Take it. You'll make more money.
Somebody is jealous about the Etsy email that I got.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that I need to find time for whatnot, and I'm gonna shoot for. I can next Thursday. I'm gonna be out of town. I'm going to Ohio.
One interesting thing. So I did $96 for the comics, and I had my ephemera auction. I want to thank Dawn for showing up, and a lot of others for showing up there. That is true. Ever since you knew me, people are clamoring to see you. Yeah. Coming up from North Carolina to see you because you're like, hey, can you get in touch with that registered buyer? Thank you. It's a big deal. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know. My mind's not what it used to be. I got 50 Star Wars shirts. I don't really know where I got them. I probably got it like at Disney or someplace like that.
Old Gray Mare is not what she used to be.
Remember Comic-Con? I bought a bunch of them there. Yeah.
So I did $96 last Thursday on the comic auction. I did $112 yesterday on the ephemera. I had a lot of fun selling the ephemera. The only problem with the ephemera is it does take more time to show than the comics. Mm-hmm. So to do 40 ephemera lots took an hour and a half. To do 40 comic lots takes an hour. So you do add extra time. But I had a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with their purchases. What I was selling, and I want you to listen to the mix of what I was selling. I was selling primarily stamps, postcards, photos, road maps, Victorian scrap pieces, things like that. What do you notice about those things that I was selling?
I think what I notice is I should be selling you all of mine so I don't have to do whatnot, and you can sell more of that on whatnot.
But those are all things that I don't generally sell. And military.
And stamps. I don't know anything about stamps.
I don't know either. And
I think the upside down plane, that's about all I know.
I sold 3 of those in one lot, $12. It was wonderful. I figured, hey, look, they're 20 cents original price. I made out like a bandit. But these are things that I've picked up throughout the years that I'm not going to ever sell. I'm not going to research and learn stamps. I'm not going to learn correspondence. I'm not going to learn all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited, and besides those 2 festivals this weekend, I'm going to spend a lot of time putting together lots for whatnot and putting together lots for the Facebook auction. I did a couple $100 at the Facebook auction, all comics on Monday, so I was happy about that as well. But I'm going to be moving things out there, giving people good deals, but there are things that I am never going to list. Yeah. I mean, realistically, am I ever going to list? I'm not going to learn stamps. I'm just not.
No.
I'm just not going to learn them.
No, I agree 100%.
So I'll put together a lot, and I never bought them to buy them.
Right.
They were just
part of deals.
They're part of a deal, and if I get $5, $10, $20, I mean, I hope the people that buy them make tons of money on them, because I truly don't care about them.
I'm going to go back, 5 years when I bought that big baseball card collection of sets, and he had them in these Home Depot boxes. Yeah.
Nice, Travis, nice, yeah.
And then, but he also had like 5 or 6 Home Depot boxes of stamps and binders. I don't know anything about them, but I think I got them all for like $50 or like $10 a box. There's thousands. I mean, I don't know where they are now. They're stored somewhere, but I mean, again.
Yeah, exactly. And that would be the perfect thing to be selling on whatnot, because the stamp people know them. Yeah. They'll be coming along and they'll be going, oh my gosh, this guy is selling $500 worth of stuff and he's starting it out at $20. Yeah. You're making money on it, and you're not going to ever take the time to learn all those stamps. You're never going to do it. It's not worth your time to learn
what we know now and stuff took us 20, 30 years. Yeah, forget about it.
Hello, Paper Time Machine. Welcome.
The amazing Paper Time Machine.
Sorry. Yeah, but is he registered on Etsy?
Yeah, it is a dope name.
It is a dope name, but I don't know if he's registered on Etsy. That's what it all comes down to.
Oh, amazing Jiminy Flippets in the house.
Hey, Jiminy. Welcome, and do watch Jiminy if you haven't. He is getting close to 1,000 subscribers.
Nice.
So definitely do subscribe to him. Great show. He had us on once and never asked us back, but that's a whole another sore subject.
He's probably busy like you doing whatnot.
Oh, that he is doing whatnot. That is
everyone's
true.
busy doing that.
They
except,
are,
except me.
except one person who can't find time for that or Instagram. It's
Yeah.
really funny how that all works. Couple of other things, yeah, and on the Facebook auction, I did the comics. I sold 70% of my lots, so I consider that to be a success on that over there.
Very cool.
Couple of other quick things, and we'll get into the main topic.
So that's probably going to be the normal, like $100.
I buy them, I buy them. Realize I hate them.
Oh, I hate them.
Trade
as
them
well.
to a friend. Go buy more.
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
Go.
But yeah, that's like the norm for whatnot. Like,
$100 for an hour worth
yeah.
of stuff, and you take the time. The only problem is the time it takes to prep. But as I go along,
and that's why I can't get to the actual live sale.
well, as time goes on, as I can see what I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to have to be prepping lots when I find the time, so that way I almost set up 2 auctions when I set up one type deal, and then have the stuff all ready for the next one. In my head, it's all working wonderfully. In reality,
and mine too. I've had the same long box of comics right by my desk for the last 5 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it is.
that is true. Very. Oh yeah, you know that.
It's big time.
Membership has its privileges. Couple of other quick things. Nope, that was it. I ran out of topics. Now we're going to head into the main topic.
All right, perfect time.
Yeah, Jiminy has a wonderful. Well, we wouldn't know. We haven't been invited back.
When we were on it, it certainly was. We know that.
There you go. Alrighty. So the main topic today.
Do I know what it is?
No.
Oh,
And this is a little behind the scenes of how we run our show. Different people run their shows different ways. The way we run our show is I don't tell Mr. Magazine anything, and except on air. We don't talk except on air. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, you take advantage of my great memory.
But one of the reasons why we do that is we've talked about this before. There are 2 different ways you can run a show, and you can run a show, the Mike and Mike ESPN style, which I've mentioned before, where I ask him, what do you think about Luka? And Mr. Magazine goes, well, he averaged 29.4 points per game and over the last 2 years in games on a Tuesday.
See, I was going to say he lives on the 2nd floor, but what do I know?
Nice. And I find that boring radio. I find that boring where you just all of a sudden spew a whole bunch of statistics.
Yeah.
Or you could do it the Howard Stern way, or I spring something on you, and we get a true reaction on air.
Sure.
And you get true thoughts on air because you haven't had time to think it through and give a canned answer. Yeah. So the question, or today's topic is, do you realize we are essentially, and in my head we already are, given my password snafu, halfway through the year?
I do now, yes. Well, I do because I told my employees if they did well, we'd give raises, and now I'm getting all these employees coming up saying, when's it coming, when's it coming, when's it coming?
Oh, hello, Mr. Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, yeah.
And do you remember back, I would say roughly 6 months and a week ago, we did the show where we talked about the goals for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say that 99%, I think the only one who kept his goals was Popeyes because I think he wasn't buying anything else and he was selling everything that he owned. But, other than him, I think the rest of us, our goals have all been shot to hell. Let's be quite honest about it.
I'm not even a universal goal. Yeah, no. I don't have the McLaren. I'm not under 200 pounds, not even close. Putrid sales.
Yeah. And I at least was scared of jinxing everything, so I at least said, look, I don't even want to grow my sales. I'll be happy with the same sales.
Sure.
Oh, I would be ecstatic if I had the same sales.
Well, sales were great January, February, I think, at least through there. Yeah, easily.
So I've been running some numbers, and what the topic tonight is it time to panic? What do you think?
I'm not panicking yet. The problem why I'm not panicking is I have really good stuff that I can make good money on. I just have to get it on there.
Okay.
And we're starting to do that now. I hired another ex-employee. I hired him back. He needed some work. He's a good lister. We're getting some expensive phones on. We're doing more eBay now. So I'm doing specialty stuff on eBay. Hopefully, pump up the sales that way. Because the common stuff, forget about it. We're not going to list common magazines. We're not going to list common records.
But here's here's the dilemma.
I know you don't want to sell good stuff cheap now.
That's the dilemma. That's the question.
But if we put on a price, we could always take it off. If it's you can't sell it if it's not on there. So if I have 1,000 photos and I'm putting $30 on them, I don't want to sell them for 15, but you might get an 18, a 22 offer, and then I can make that option like, hey, do I want to take that? But at least I think we got to get them on eBay regardless, and then play it from there.
So, given that a lot of people in this feed have been talking about, especially over the last few weeks, that the lower priced items are selling, why wouldn't you just hand an employee a lot of lower priced items and have them list them just to keep the sales up?
See, they're not selling for me.
Okay.
That's my problem. Like the magazines, we used to sell 30, 40, 50 magazines a day on eBay. Now we're selling that many on Amazon and selling 10 to 20 to 30 on eBay on a good day, so definitely, records are down. So that, the common $5 to $15 stuff we're selling less of.
Okay.
So instead of selling, 100 items on each platform, we might be selling 70, but only 20 or 30 are the common stuff. It's all the specialty stuff now. Signed sports cards, 20, rare items, so.
Well, and here's the problem that I had. As I said, we're halfway through the year and the numbers are not good. Tweaking titles every day, fixing item specifics. All right, and that's funny. Funny you say that, Puddings, because I had been tweaking the item specifics and was falling behind. Amazingly, I might do 50 item specifics in a week, and I started the week at 11,950. Math tells me I should be at 11,900, and at the end of the week, I'm at 12,168. And I said, the more item specifics I do, the further behind I get. What's that Kate Bush song that got really popular now, Running Up That Hill?
Oh, yeah. Stranger Things, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel like we're doing over here. So I've basically, what I had been doing is I had a window open, and I was tweaking item specifics here and there, waiting for something to print. I tweaked an item specific. I might have tweaked 5 item specifics this week because I'm just not noticing any difference on it. I'm just not. I've tweaked a bunch of Saturday Evening Post item specifics. I've not sold a Saturday Evening Post because what I said, what I want to do is I want to tweak one specific area so I can see if there, as opposed to one here, one there. But one thing I did notice is I sold some stuff today. It seems to be all older stuff is selling today. So I don't know what their algorithm is doing, to be quite honest. I have to keep a mix of higher velocity, lower priced items, postcards, and working harder to find good higher priced items to mix in with them. Yeah, and I'm kind of going the other way where I'm just listing what I consider to be better items, is what it is. eBay requires a lot of hand-holding.
So do my employees.
Yes, they definitely do. Well, not your employees, I don't know that, but definitely been trying to look at different areas to sell and to hedge my bets. If you need somebody to help you on Etsy, drop my name a couple of times there. I know it sucks, but treat each item specific as relevant as equivalent to SEO keywords or a hashtag. Yeah, I know. The problem is if I've got 12,169 items that need it and they have multiple on each, I could spend the rest of the month just doing that. Well, the rest of next month just doing that. Yeah, you would list nothing new. Try tweaking titles and balk at it. You probably do 15, 10 minutes, just change one word or letter. You could have that guy spell Michael right into Michael Jackson.
And it would probably sell.
Yeah, if you had your people spell things right.
Offer, yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Maybe. Somebody's angling for an invitation. We'll talk. But here's the main problem. My sales are down. My spending's not.
That's my big problem. Yeah, absolutely. I'm spending way more on big deals, paying employees more money, and selling a lot less. And I try to tell them, and they don't care, but it's the worst time to give raises. But they're comparing themselves to other people and other jobs and this and that. And, I need to keep bodies, especially good employees. So.
Well, so running my numbers, assuming we don't suddenly have a... Can't you retire?
I'll tell you how long he can.
89 weeks, 2 days. But I'm not counting. The problem is if sales continue where I expect them to do. Last year, my overall sales were $150,000 across all venues. I'm thinking this year is going to be closer to 100,000 across all venues, maybe 110,000 across all venues. So that's down, quite a bit. I can't do the math in my head. 25, 30%.
The scary thing is, what if Christmas is a crappy Christmas? Because that's what I always rely on. Like, hey, I'm not worried. I'm going to buy this. I'll take this loan out. I'm going to be good because I'll make a ton of money in Christmas season. Well, what if Christmas sales are down 50%? That's going to be brutal.
Yeah. Well, the big problem is, so my sales are going to be down 25, 30, 35% at the end of the year, barring something crazy going on.
Yeah.
But my purchases are the same as last year. Now, a lot of those purchases were early in the year. Mm-hmm. What I have noticed, and I noticed it this week, I went on Heritage because I go on Heritage every week. I go on Heritage for 2 auctions. I go for the comic auctions Sunday, Monday, and I go for the art auctions Wednesday. I was definitely putting I'm not going to let someone steal this bids on stuff, but that literally was all that I was doing on stuff, and I've not been winning things lately. Yeah. And I'm happy about that because those are long tail items. Now, obviously, if you've got a $300 item and I can pick it up for $40, I'm going to buy that every day of the week on something other like that. But what I'm not doing is I'm not bidding aggressively on anything because I'm saying I truly don't need anything more.
Yeah, right.
And if I don't have the sales to support those purchases, but the question is, if other people are also feeling that way, what's that going to do to the market? Because if I'm suddenly only bidding $40 on something that 3 months ago I was bidding 80 on,
right?
It might only go for 50 now, whereas it would have gone for 60 or whatever before. So it could be tanking the entire market. I'm tanking the entire market just all by myself. Told you I'm pretty important. But a lot of my purchases were early in the year, but my profit, so my sales are going to be down a third. Mm-hmm. My profit is going to be 60% lower.
Wow.
Yeah, 60% lower.
So I'm assuming mine would be as well.
Probably, yeah. It's going to be 60% lower.
So don't pay the IRS because it's going to balance out.
There you go. Look at OU. Basically, my sales are going to drop a third. My profit's going to drop 60%. And a lot of that is because of the high level of purchasing that I've been doing. I
tried it once.
I've tried it a couple of times on that over there. And the problem that I have, what you need to do is you need to be diligent about bringing new stock.
You got to maintain.
Yep, you have to maintain. And the place was only 1.5 miles away from my house, and I brought stuff in once every 3 months.
Yeah.
I basically was paying to sell my stuff is what I was doing when everything was said and done. You have to be smart with our purchases. Need to capitalize on your margin for new purchases right now, if you're even making them. Yeah, and obviously, if I'm at the flea market and somebody's got a bunch of magazines and they want $1 a piece, and I see they're $25 magazines, yes, I'm still going to drop $5 when I'm at the flea market.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy going out there, I enjoy doing it. But I definitely have to cut down on the buying because the sales are not.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it isn't a case where I'm necessarily investing for the future, because yes, I am. If that gentleman calls me that I had mentioned that I gave the business card earlier, and he's got an entire van full of stuff for me and he wants $500 for it, and I'm looking at it and it's okay stuff and it's an okay deal,
right?
Yes, normally I would buy it because I'm investing for the future.
Sure.
And I still would be investing for the future, but I've got an entire garage full of stuff that I've not touched in years. Years worth of stuff out there that I don't even know half of what's out there.
Right.
I don't need, and we've always stressed this, but we've never followed our own advice. You don't need the mediocre stuff.
Right.
Because we have enough mediocre stuff already. And the no-brainers are the no-brainers. I mean, if it's a $500 item, you can pick it up for $5. Yes, do that every single day. Don't ever stop doing that.
And I shocked you today when I spoke about my new business plan. When people come in, I don't make offers anymore unless it's something rare, out of the ordinary, something I need or want to get. But if it's common stuff, they say, hey, what will you give me? I go, I don't need it. I'm not going to make any offers. You're going to come up with a price. And it paid off today. I bought 2 gigantic boxes of 45 RPM records with sleeves and a huge case of 300 CDs for like $10 a box. So for $20, I got probably 500-600 pieces. Not that I wanted them at all, but for $10-20, I don't really care that I have them or not. I can sell them for $1 in my shop. The 45s, you can put them on Amazon for $5-10. So it was a no-brainer. But again, I didn't make an offer. And he said, "What would you give me?" I go, I don't want them. I go, $10. He goes, "Fine." So
Well, why don't
you
you
never
real,
know. You never
why don't
know.
you real quick talk about, and these are the buys that you got to make. Give me the last man standing. There you go.
I hope so.
Why don't you tell them about what you bought the other day having to do with a car?
What did I buy the other day?
Sheen Easton song. Strut up.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, that's right.
See, my song is what triggered
A
it.
regular came in. He was selling some autograph stuff. He had some binders and, photos, signed photos, and whatnot.
Is that Sheen Easton or Sheila E? I don't know who that is.
Oh,
One of
could
them.
be, yeah, could be. Anywho, he goes, "How would you buy any struts for a vehicle?" I go, "What?" I go, "Why?" I go, "Are they new?" "Yeah, they're new. I bought them for my car, but then I sold my car, and it's got the model and all that on there, and I'm looking up struts for this model or that brand, and they're $200, $300, $400, $500 for a pair of them or whatever." And then I made him a deal, $100 for all the autograph stuff and all that, and I go, "I don't know. I don't want these. $10 a strut." And he said yes. So he goes, "What am I going to do with them?" I mean, you could go. Someone else would pay 12, 15. Who knows? 20. I don't know. But now I have struts to sell on eBay. They're in the box truck, and maybe we'll get them on this week.
There you
Who
go.
knows? We might be able to get 100, 200.
Yeah,
Who
and
knows?
that's the kind of
Who
deal
knows?
you have to do.
Yeah.
That deal right there, as long as they get listed. That's
Yeah.
a no-brainer because that's quick sales. Somebody's going to want, and plus eBay pushes eBay Motors.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of deal that you still have to do
Right.
because it's one item,
Yeah.
quick turnover as long as you get it listed. No
Yeah.
problems. It's new old stock. No
Yeah.
problems whatsoever on it.
Yeah.
Those we need to continue to buy.
Right.
It's he's got 5,000 magazines and he wants $2,500
Yeah.
and they're all $15 to $20 magazines that will never get listed. That's what we all have to stop buying.
It's another deal that came in today. The guy comes in with Bronze Age I mean, I could go on. I forget about all the stuff I buy. Anyways, Bronze Age comics, superhero, some Archie crap. But there was like 300 comics in there. And, there might be some Batman.
Probably good whatnot stuff.
Superman fan. Oh, I'm sure it is. You should flip it to you then. But, and he didn't get anything.
Are they bagged and bordered? That's how I
They're
buy
bagged
stuff.
at least.
Oh,
But,
there you go.
he didn't. They were in some house, estate, whatever. He got them for nothing. And I said, "Oh God, I don't know, sir. You got 200-300 comics, $60. But they're all Bronze Age and they're in decent shape. They're 80% Superman, Batman stuff. So there's some Spider-Man, Bronze Age. I mean, those are 10, 20. So, I didn't want them. I didn't pay a lot, but I guess I'm in a good buying position. So it is what it is.
See, and I probably would have bought that as well. I mean, obviously, given that I went and bought comics at
There's probably a few comics in there that are worth 50 total. But three
right.
Spider-Mans are probably $15-20 a piece.
Yep.
But John, I would suggest Amazon. If you're going to sell mediocre video games, you'll probably get double the price than you would.
If they're not gated.
If they're not gated, so yeah.
Yes, a lot of
I've
stuff
been
is
lucky
gated
so
on
far. I
there.
haven't had any gated video
Oh,
games,
okay.
but who knows?
Yep. Well, so much bulk recently. I'm not gonna. Yep, that's the problem. That really is the problem. You don't have to take stuff you don't want. No, I think it's part of the lease agreement. I think.
It's a sickness. People are addicted to many things. This is my addiction. I need help.
But so just kind of, I would say, I guess what our takeaway at this point is, it is not time to panic yet. This is a time of year that's always kind of slow with so many things going on out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always kind of slow. Things do start picking up. October-ish is when they tend. October,
Like
November.
school year sometimes, right? Right after school year, maybe.
A couple of weeks
Well,
after,
yeah.
because everybody's getting the kids back to
Mid-September,
school.
late September, yeah.
Because they do the school supply shopping and all that
Right.
stuff. Then they kind of settle in, and of course, the first couple of weeks, they're when's my kid got to be in a bus? Oh, we need this school supply. We need this. We need that. So late September, early October is when it starts picking up. So I would suggest. This is prime buying time. So if you do not have, at flea markets, estate sales, garage sales, if you do not have the back stock of inventory, definitely go out there and buy. And I think one of the positives out there, if you are in that position where you don't have that back stock, is people like me and Mr. Magazine are cutting back on our buying. So there will be buys out there, whereas before, we got money coming in, we're hoovering up all the deals that we can possibly find.
Sure.
We're cutting back. We definitely are. There's no doubt, because again, my profit's going to be down crazy low right now, the way it's stacking up.
Sure.
So if you don't have inventory, be a really good time for you to stock up on it if you're in that position, because again, it is hard to find inventory, at least in the Northeast, over the wintertime. So stock up for it if you don't have it. If, however, you're in a position like us and you've got plenty of inventory, be very discerning. Be very, very discerning, unless you've got, a trust fund that you can draw on where you don't really care about the money. Otherwise, the sales just are not justifying the purchasing that we're doing.
No,
by any means whatsoever. Yeah. So we've kind of sat back and said we need to cut back on our buying because the sales are not justifying it. So always buy the slam dunks, no doubt whatsoever about it. If it's something, even if you're paying $5 and you can sell it for $15, but it will literally sell the next day, yes, of course you buy that. I mean, of course. Yep. Or you're paying $5 and it'll sell for $100, of course you buy that. But it's the dropping $1 to $3 into something long tail that'll sell for $15. You don't need to buy that if you have back stock like we have. So we're going to kind of cut back on that, or so we say.
Starting now, because that's probably the deal that just happened in Connecticut. Thanks for reminding me.
So, in conclusion, it is not time to panic. However, it's the light is flashing red. It is overheating like my phone at a whatnot auction. So it's time for you to step back and say, I may not need that deal. I may, price of gas, yes, we all enjoy going to flea markets, but maybe go to the closer flea market instead of driving to the flea market 2 hours away that you hardly ever find anything at, unless you happen to be going for a day trip with your wife or something like that. Just cut back here, there, and we'll all be able to survive the slowdown. So it's not panic mode yet. We'll probably revisit this topic, November 1st, and say, now it's time to panic, if sales don't pick up some. So that's my conclusion.
Good.
Having tons of back stock will improve future buys. Only buy bulk if it's cheap or if it's pricey, high quality stuff that you sell fast.
Agreed, yeah.
Absolutely agree. But the other problem puddings that we've talked about any number of times, and I know Mr. Magazine did try doing this in the past, he started lowering his offers to people, and they were still accepting.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, usually I'd pay $60. I'll give you 40. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not supposed to say okay to that. You're supposed to say, just keep it. I don't want to buy it for 40.
When I throw this in, I go, you're not going to like my offer. I really don't need this stuff, and you probably get more elsewhere. And then they still sell it. So.
Now you got to start giving them the number. You'll get more from that guy. Just don't give him my name.
You go walk across the street. The paper boy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So hopefully that helps you a little bit, and we're going to head on into, and do comment while we head on into the next one, the rambling story of the week. And I believe Mr. Magazine has
Everyone
one.
Raise your glasses. I have an announcement to make. 4 words. My basement is finished.
Nice.
Finally. They finally did it this week. Very happy. No more flooding. Everything's done top notch. First class. No issues.
Has it rained since they did it?
No. Okay, why do you gotta ruin it? What do you gotta ruin it for?
Because you didn't take my Etsy thing seriously.
My apologies.
Right.
My apologies.
I'm sorry for
it
wishing
is
rain
done.
on your thing.
Okay, so they broke the sink and they broke the washing machine, but they did fix it.
How did they break us? All right, I got to hear. You suckered me in. How did this happen?
There's the shutoff valve.
Okay.
Well, one of them is not there anymore. So they must have turned it off. It fell off, and then they came back the next day and cleaned everything, and probably threw it out. So then I had to use pliers, and it couldn't get it open all the way. Then they had to go buy the Home Depot shutoff valve, and they got that going. They fixed the leg that they broke on the sink. And then there's something called a humidex, which is a gigantic tower that goes from the floor to the ceiling that has clean air coming in and out of your basement. So it was no charge on my contract, but on their contract, it didn't say I was getting one. So I had to complain. I said, listen, I'm paid a lot of money for this. It's clearly included here. I want it. So they brought it, they installed it, and we were good to go. I got to get a little flooring work done, little tiles fixed here and there, but for the most part, the water issue should be fixed, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But The only problem is we've milked that story for how many rambling stories?
It's
a week?
been months. March? March? I don't know. We need a new one.
I was gonna say,
It's all on you. It's all on you.
You
now.
need.
You must have a bunch backed up there or something.
Yeah, but I don't have any. I don't have any good money to pay for any repairs. I was crying the blues over my sales, so you got to have something else break.
Yeah.
Yeah, hooray! Hallelujah! Glad about the basement. Pretty
No,
sure
true.
it doesn't trump a registered
That's
Etsy
very
buyer.
true. Yeah.
Congratulations on it. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I've at least got one fan out there.
Yeah. Oh, Michael came. Michael came with the good news, so yeah, it's well worth it.
That came in right at the right time. And you can always watch it on the replay as well.
Sure.
Want to thank everybody. Fun show. I haven't done any shameless plugs this entire time. I will, tomorrow, 4 p.m., I'm doing a Whatnot show, which I'm sure Mr. Magazine will check out.
Tomorrow at 5:30, I am not doing a Whatnot show.
So Whatnot Comics tomorrow at 4. I am not doing a Facebook auction on Monday because it's the 4th of July, so I want everybody to go out there and enjoy time with your family. Remember the great principles this country is founded on. Just have a wonderful time celebrating America out there. I will be back on the 11th at 4 o'clock Monday. I've already started putting stuff together. I know I got some rock and roll books. I picked up some 8-tracks. Picked up some Marilyn Monroe books, some other neat things that I'm going to be putting into that auction on the 11th.
Yeah.
We'll be putting together an auction, Whatnot, 4 o'clock, ephemera auction on Tuesday. Got to put that together over this weekend. Should be some really neat things. I know people showed up and really enjoyed that. And I'll have another one, comic one, the following Thursday.
Wow.
Maybe buying stuff off Mr. Magazine. Who even knows?
Yeah, that comic last one first. It's all ready. A through Z. It's all ready for you.
60%
Wow.
of comps on sports cards.
Well,
It's got to be.
that's impressive.
It's
Yeah.
got to be newer stuff than
Juice,
that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, juice.
Should
Yeah.
be new juice for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
For me, I can't go that high with my expenses. 50 is probably what I would have paid on that lot, whatever you bought there. But you got to factor in eBay fees and all that other stuff along.
Really,
with it,
you
so.
wouldn't go more than 50% on that LeBron logo, man?
Well, maybe that I would. Well, that's something that's, when 10% of $1 million is $100,000, yeah, I think I would. Yeah, of course, or whatever, millions of dollars, yes.
For 2.1
Yeah,
million.
it's insane, yeah.
All right, everybody, another fun show. Do hit the like button. I believe we've only said that once during it. Do check me out tomorrow on Whatnot at 4 o'clock, and you'll get the whole spiel again. And we will see you next episode.
Take care. Bye-bye.